I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, January the 8th, 2015. The United States yesterday rejected the Palestinian declaration that they would join the International Criminal Court on April the 1st.
The United States does not believe that the state of Palestine qualifies as a sovereign state and does not recognize it as such and does not believe that it is eligible to accede to the Rome Statute.
Earlier yesterday, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon had announced the date for Palestinian accession to the ICC. Psaki said that was purely administrative and does not mean the Palestinians have the right to join the court. Psaki also said that U.S. officials were looking into whether the Palestinian application to the ICC violates U.S. appropriations law for the continuation of aid to the Palestinian Authority.
There's no question that we will be complying with all laws as it relates to our assistance, of course. We're consulting with Congress. We're looking at the law.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met this morning with Norwegian Foreign Minister Børge Brand in Jerusalem, where he addressed yesterday's brutal shooting attack at the Paris headquarters of the Charlie Hebdo newspaper that left 12 people dead.
And we extend our condolences to the families of the victims and our wishes for a speedy recovery for the injured. Yesterday's murderous attack on free expression clearly demonstrates the disdain of radical Islam for the values we hold dear. Israel is being attacked by the same forces that attack Europe. Israel stands with Europe. Europe must stand with Israel.
The two suspected shooters of the attack, identified as 32-year-old Sharif Kouachi, a known jihadist, and his 34-year-old brother Saeed, were reportedly spotted in northern France today as French special forces deployed in the area. A suspected accomplice in the attack, 18-year-old Hamid Murad, turned himself into police earlier today. Student leaders from 16 universities across the United States returned this week from an Anti-Defamation League mission to Israel, where they got an up-close look at the complex issues the country faces. The students were part of the annual ADL Campus Leaders Mission to Israel and visited Christian and Jewish holy sites, met with government and military officials, as well as with religious leaders and Israeli and Palestinian students, among others. ADL Director of Education David Warren said our goal is to equip the students with a better understanding of the complicated issues facing Israelis and Palestinians today and return to their schools as better informed participants in the dialogue on campus. And the Jewish Education Project is looking for the next superstars who are reimagining Jewish education. The project, formerly known as the Board of Jewish Education New York, announced their 4th annual Young Pioneers Award this week. They are accepting nominations through January the 22nd for young Jewish innovators in the New York area. Rabbi Jonah Pezzner has been named as the next director of the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism. Pezzner, who serves as a senior vice president of the Union for Reform Judaism, is a veteran advocate. He founded the URJ's Just Congregations initiative that has mobilized thousands of social justice advocates. He succeeds longtime director of the IRAC, Rabbi David Saperstein, who was recently named by President Barack Obama as the U.S. Ambassador for International Religious Freedom. President of the Union for Reform Judaism, Rabbi Rick Jacobs, said Pezzner would carry the RAC's social justice legacy forward with great distinction. Jacobs said from day one, Jonah will be a powerful voice as he leads our work on economic inequality, climate change, U.S.-Israel relations, healthcare reform, and more. An auction house in Boston will be auctioning off a rare signed postcard sent by Albert Einstein during his only trip to Israel, then Palestine. The Jewish physicist sent the note, which describes his visit as unforgettable and includes a self-portrait sketch to Zionist leader Arthur Rupin in 1923. It is considered very rare and will be up for auction later this month by the private RR auction firm. As the 70th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz approaches in just a few weeks, the Memorial Museum, now located at the site, reported that over 1.5 million people visited the former death camp in 2014, setting a record for the highest attendance. Director of the memorial, Dr. Peter Chewinski, said without the reference to the history of this place, it would be hard for new generations to understand our reality and challenges of the contemporary world. And the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam also reported record numbers of visitors this past year. The house, now a museum where Anne and her family hid from the Nazis, had over 1 million visitors in 2014, most coming from outside of the Netherlands. Executive Director of the Anne Frank House, Ronald Leopold, said it was inspiring that so many people from all around the world visit the museum to learn about Anne and about what happened during the Holocaust. And turning now to our programming for tonight, at 9 o'clock, Mark Golub is joined by Israeli political activist researcher Itamar Marcus, who is also the founder and director of Palestinian Media Watch, which studies Palestinian society by monitoring and analyzing the Palestinian Authority through its media and school books. That's tonight on L'chaim here on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, January the 8th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.